Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan. Welcome to the Gamers of Serenity. Welcome to the podcast. I think this is episode 23, but don't quote me on that. You'll see in the title. I'm pretty sure it's 23, but if it's not, I'm going to be kind of pissed. Any hoodle. So welcome to the Gamers podcast. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I would like to talk about something I struggle with on a daily basis. And I recently got a new job. And at this new job, it is becoming a lot more clear, and I'm starting to see it more. So growing up in school and stuff, like, I had to see a few doctors in my day, because not only when I was a child, I had a very severe asthma problem, because my mom actually has asthma, and I developed it because of genes and all that stuff. And so I had to see a lot of doctors and whatnot. And I don't know, I also had a heart murmur, and if you don't know what a heart murmur is, it's where it's a hole in your heart, and as you grow, it closes. But it's scary stuff. I think they just had to monitor that type of shit. I had to see doctors on a consistent basis when I was from like 1 to 3 years old, or like from 0 to 1, from like a minute old all the way to like 3 years old. I'm pretty sure that like I had to be checked out quite a bit, and but I pulled through. It was all good. They helped me out. I did everything, and as I got older, it kind of became clear that I have something called a learning disability. And I've talked about this in live streams before, and I've talked about it in just a lot of it was thrown in here and there, like especially back in the day when people would ask questions and stuff. And I have a learning disability, which means, and my girlfriend has it too, but a lot of it is for, I thought it was for writing and reading, but it wasn't just. And I have it a little bit worse than my girlfriend because she can learn things pretty fast. She learns things at a normal pace, and I don't. And my computer's making noises, and that's always fun. So where am I going with this? Pretty much where I'm going with this is that I am a little annoyed at myself, and I'm really annoyed that, and I'm starting to struggle, and I'm starting to get really, really depressed, and it's hitting me really hard in these past few days that no matter what I want to do, I have to work extra hard than everyone else just to do very simple things. And my new job, it's apparent, and I don't really want to get into the details because of how just how stupid it is. But let's just say the people training me were getting very frustrated with me, and I might have an anxiety issue. I'm not sure just yet. I mean, I can handle most things, but just sometimes shit will take over, and then I don't know. So I don't know. And let me tell you guys something. I am getting so sick of this because it's like I'll try and do something and it will fail. Because there's just some things I can't get about it. So here, I will take you for when I got a brand new capture card, okay? My very first capture card was a Dazzle DVC 100. It's a very old capture card. It's a little bit more of a headache. Well, it's not even that much of a headache to use. It's just I had a crappy computer, and I didn't know enough about computers to accommodate, doing alternative ways to make videos, which I eventually did. I did find a way to alternatively make videos. It was just a little hard. It was a little frustrating because it's I wanted to be able to make daily videos, especially at the time. I wanted to do daily videos, but in order to do daily videos, you need to have the proper tools to do it. I'm a gaming channel, and so I had this capture card. You needed all these wires, and it was bad. Like, it was really bad. It took me, I got it for my birthday. It took me 7 months to actually get it. And if you noticed, you can see it. Because what happened is that since when I couldn't make any gaming videos like I wanted to, because I wasn't going to take a camera. I wasn't going to take a camera and just like point it at the screen like that on a tripod. You know, that's not what I'm about. Like, I wanted to start putting quality into my stuff. And then it took me 7 months to figure it out, and it would take probably the average person, like, and then it kind of really pisses me off, because then I sold it. I sold it to Brandon, my buddy Brandon, and for about $40, because I paid $50 for it, so I sold it to him for $40 because I used it. So yeah, and Brandon was actually super accommodating. He gave me an extra $10 because I go, oh yeah, I paid $50 for it. He goes, here, have an extra $10 then. I'm like, oh okay. So then and then, because the reason why I sold it is because I had this thing. This thing is a AverMedia Game Capture HD, or Aver Capture HD. And that took me another 4 months to figure out, because I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. When the sad part is, I had all the wires to do it. I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. Like, I screwed something up, and it took me a while to realize I screwed something up. I just downloaded the wrong program, and that was about it, you know? Because with this capture card, you need to download the right program for it to recognize on your computer. Elgato doesn't really do that so much. They're a lot more accommodating. Like, it's one program for any Elgato product you have, you know? And for AverMedia, it's a little different. It's separate programs for whatever product you have. And the sad part is, they make a pretty much identical version of this, except it's red on it's red on the outsides, and it doesn't have headphone jacks or anything like that. It just has this port and then the two HDMI ports. This one's a little different. This one is like a step up from that one. And I downloaded the program for that one. They're separate programs, even though these are the same idea. It's just, it was very sad. And I'm probably going to keep this capture card for fucking ever, because this thing looks so fucking cool. Yeah. I don't know why. And I'm kind of looking at it right now. I'm like, this looks really cool. Like, the Elgato, it works. It looks kind of boring. So, but it's okay, though. It gets the job done. Elgato, I love you. But that kind of goes to show that my learning disability hurts. It hurts me in a lot of ways, and it hurts me. It's starting to hurt me mentally, because I want to be able to do things at a very full capacity, but I feel like I really can't. I feel like I can only do things as half as good as I want to. And the only reason why I ever did so well at Walmart was because there was this lady, and she goes by the name of Allie, and she was super, super cool. She was probably the coolest manager I've ever had. As far as like someone teaching me things, it's like, when she was training me to do the bakery section at Walmart, it was really like, it was a little rocky start, because I was again very unsure of things. But when I met Allie and I explained my frustrations, and I never told her I had a learning disability up until she started writing notes and handwriting. Like, I can't actually read handwriting because the schools were like, well, he doesn't need to learn this because it's not the most necessary thing in the world for him to learn. It's just kind of a pain in the ass for me, because I can't really, I have a hard time reading it because I was never taught how to read handwriting. And when I say handwriting, I think it's called curvature writing, or curvature writing, or curve writing. It's like all the swoopy shit, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe I'll throw an example on screen. I doubt I will, but maybe I will. Um, yeah, it's like I have a hard time reading that, like that type of shit, like where it's like really fancy. You don't draw, you don't draw the letters like you're supposed to in a way, because it's like if you really think about it. And this banner that's behind me on the border I'm using for the podcast, it's like all this text around me is, kind of how letters are supposed to look, but then you have handwriting, and then handwriting looks really weird to me. And I don't understand how people can read it, and I roll my eyes every time, right? And then a big thing is a thing called, in editing, it's called keyframing. I can't really I haven't tried that hard, but even when I try to keyframe anything in editing, I have the hardest damn time. And then Brandon puts out a really nice, really well put together video of him keyframing all over the place. It was pretty basic, but but it's like I can't even get down the basics, let alone how am I supposed to, get down the other shit. How am I ever supposed to be able to make a movie if I can't, if I don't know every little thing about editing like I want to, you know? And just half of it's because I don't try, and the other half of it is because I just can't. It was because when I do try, it takes me bloody forever, and sometimes I don't have the patience for it. Like I played guitar for 5 years, and I can only play one full song, because guitar is so hard for me to grasp. Like I was trying, like when I was in guitar lessons, the guy was trying to teach me music theory and all that stuff, which is really good to know for guitar. And I couldn't even play to a metronome, and that's super important because especially at the time, I wanted to be a musician, I wanted to be in a band, but it's kind of like how could I be in a band if I can't play to a click? Because for those of you who don't know, when you play live in a band, they're actually, in a way, the band is actually still playing to a click, and that's the drummer. I believe it's like a hi-hat or some shit. It's like the drummer keeps the beat going, and you treat the beat like a click, and then you gotta play with the click, right? Like it's a lot more technical than that, and a lot more like it's a very fine detail. But that's how professional bands play in time together, right? I remember, funny enough, the band that James, the band that James worked with when he was a sound man. They used to go by Crimson Rain. They're now Toy Zebra. But back when they were Crimson Rain, and they would do a lot more hard rock and metal type of shit, they did Black Betty by, I actually can't remember, Black Betty by Ram Jam. I actually, that's pretty bad. I don't know who sings Black Betty. But that really famous song, Black Betty. And they did an insanely good job at playing that song with probably hours and hours of practice. But then again, everyone in the crowd was just like, wow, I cannot believe they did that. That song is so hard to play. Because you got to stay in time with each other, because there's a lot of like pauses, and then you got to join in and then pause and then join in, like listen to the song, you know what I mean? And I am just so frustrated because doing that, it would take me like an extra, maybe year to learn how to play Black Betty with a full band. Even after I learn how to play with click. It's just stuff like that. It's like I couldn't, and what I'm trying to say, I know I went off on a tangent about clicks and shit, but what I'm trying to say is that I learned how, like, someone was trying to teach me how to play with a metronome, and I couldn't do it. Like, he said to just hit each note on the click, right? And I'm like, okay, so I'm trying, and I set the BPM like really low. And then I'm just trying and just couldn't get it. And then when you see fast guitar players play with a super fast click, it's like it doesn't even seem like he's playing with a click, but he is, It's like it's kind of it's very weird. And um I just couldn't get it down. I only learned one full song, and even then I don't play it right. So yeah, like I spent, like, this is how bad it is when you play guitar. um yeah, when you play guitar, um the one of the very first songs you learn is Smoke on the Water. It's the most easy. It's probably the easiest song in the world to play, mixed with the White Stripes' Seven Nation Army, and I practiced Smoke on the Water for 3 months until I got it down. Not 3 months, actually. I think for a year until I got it down. Like, I would always go back to it. Like, I would try something else and I would come back to it. And then it was literally just all the time, just Smoke on the Water, just playing it every day. I pissed off my mother because that's the only song I would play. She's just like her thing was like, it's not that you're practicing your guitar, it's just that you're playing the same damn thing every fucking day. She's just like, it's like, I'm glad you're practicing, it's just I kind of want you to practice something else, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. So then once that was over, like, I finally moved on to different things, and I couldn't really pick it up that fast. No matter what I did, it's like, it was always felt kind of weird to me, right? Because it's like, I really wish I was good at guitar, but it turns out I'm not. And a lot of my friends say, "Oh no, you're good at guitar." Like, no, I know one chord progression, which is very easy. Like, a lot of people could pick it up in like a few weeks of practicing, because you're just moving two fingers. Like, you're moving two fingers here and then here and then here. It's like you're just moving these two fingers the whole entire time. These do not move. It's like I learn. It takes me a long time to learn easy stuff, and it's becoming so fucking frustrating. And there was a time when I was at my new job and I almost started crying, not because of anything anyone else was doing, but it was because I was just like, am I really, like, am I like, am I really this dumb? Like, can I not fold fucking towels properly? Like, why not? Like, I was never really known for my neatness, but I mean, like, you think after a few hours of folding towels, I would get pretty neat at it. My neatness would get better, but it turns out no, it didn't. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. It's very hard to do, but I'm starting to get into the flow. And I told my new job that I told my new job that, like, I suffer from a thing called a learning disability, where it takes me a very long time to learn how to do things. And they said, we'll work with you. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah. And then all my coworkers are saying, like, oh, it's a good thing we got a lot of patience. I'm like, your patience is about to get tested really, really fast. Right? So, yeah. So it's I'm having a very hard time over here trying to deal with, like, just learning things so slowly. And another example is Fortnite. I'm still not good at Fortnite, and I've been playing Fortnite since season 1. I joined in like maybe in halfway through season 1. It was around Christmas time, and or around winter time, and I still can barely win games. I mean, I have about 9 wins under my belt across all 3 of the platforms, but it that's not a lot. Like, I want to be better. And it's just kind of, I'm just struggling so hard, and it's like, I don't know what I'm really doing half the time. It's like I'm just trying to do things, but it doesn't work out. Like, I can never get something down on the first try. Like, it takes a lot of practice to do everything. And then there's a lot of people who are just very gifted. And then there's me, like I really wish that, you know, like I was a better worker. I wish I was a better editor. I wish I was a better YouTuber, especially a YouTuber, because I don't want to give up on this. But there's a lot of things holding me back, and it's my own brain that's holding me back. And you know what the sad part is, though? I can't really control it unless I use drugs like caffeine or you know, like those like focusing drugs or whatever. Like, what do people use? Adderall. But I think Adderall's like overly medical. There's another one out there, like Alpha Brain, right? Like, it's like, do I really need like to use shit like Alpha Brain and like, you know, stuff like caffeine just to stay focused? I mean, caffeine will keep you working, but it won't make you focused. But apparently Alpha Brain will keep you focused. And then there's another thing called ginkgo. It's like a herb that can do the same thing as Alpha Brain, pretty much, where it just kind of just keeps you focused on what you're doing. So yeah, I'm kind of hurting over here right now because it's like I don't learn things that fast. It's becoming frustrating, and my Steam just opened up. What the hell? So, yeah, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm kind of hurting. Like, I just want to be able to I just want to do my thing, you know? Like, I just want to be able to go to my job, do it, come home, you know, like everyone else can. But right now, like, I understand that it's my second day. Like, I only work 2 days there. But it's kind of like, dude, you know, it's like, you can get this. Like, it's not that hard, and I know I can get it. It sucks that it's gonna take so long for me to get it, you know. But I got, you know, like, I'm kind of doing baby steps right now, but I might get a nice violent shove into actually doing it. But I try not to think about it so much. I'm just gonna do whatever I'm told there and just try my best at it, you know. Yeah. So that's pretty fresh in my head. I'm just really sick of not understanding everything that kind of goes through my ear holes. It's like someone will explain something to me, and it's like, this happens all the time, and this happens all the time when Chelsea and I talk. It's like, she'll say something, and then I'll have to ask a really obvious question in order to understand what she's saying, you know. But when it comes to talking, I get pretty good. Like, I'm all right with talking. I like to talk, you know. So I have a lot of practice talking. So I kind of think my talking is a lot better, you know. But then again, it still took me a while to get good at talking. You know, like, I think it was through these videos that kind of got me really good at it. You know, like, really, really good at it. And yeah. That's pretty much all I had to really say about it. I saw Infinity War. That was pretty good. Luckily, I understood everything that was actually happening in that movie. So that was a really good movie. I recommend that you guys go out and watch that. Yeah, so I guess this is going to be a short podcast. I don't really want to sit here and just ramble on about random bullshit, but I will say this: Infinity War was really good. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone because that would be unfair, especially if you're just kind of. And then I said, oh, you know, fucking, you know, Iron Man like started his boy band, right? You know, like, that would be kind of shitty because you guys would want to know, you know, see for yourselves if Iron Man did start his boy band. I will not reveal, like that's not, like, that it's not a spoiler because you guys don't know what happens in the movie. Did he start a boy band or did he not start a boy band? Well, you won't know until you watch Infinity War. Okay, guys, I'm gonna just do a 25-minute podcast. I think that's good. So thank you all for watching. Appreciate it, and hopefully you guys can relate in a way. So, but thank you for listening. I just needed to talk about it, and I feel a little bit better. So, all right, take it easy, everyone.